What's going on, all my beautiful Irish people? Back once again with County Gains News Media. Today we have a super interesting video. You all see the name of the video. It's by News Talk, of course, okay, on their official YouTube channel. This one's called A Bailout for RTE. Now, here's the thing, guys. I'm just gonna say it straight off the bat. Any sort of government programming TV, okay, should never get bailouts, guys. If the channel itself, if the news platform itself cannot sustain itself, it should not get any bailouts, guys. It should not get any money, okay? County Gains News Media doesn't get any money from funding from anywhere else. You know, Gript doesn't get funding only from the people. I get funding, but only from the people, okay? Of course, by watching these videos. You should only get your funding from individuals, not from countries or governments, okay? If your platform cannot sustain itself, then let others take its take its place, okay? Gript Media should take over from RT. Maybe News Talk should take over from RT. News Talk seems to be getting a lot of views. Okay, so that's my opinion on it, guys. We're gonna watch this video, see what happens. I actually don't know much about what's gonna go on here, but we're gonna find out. So
the government today are going to provide funding over the next 3 years, totaling €725 million.
What?
For RTE?
What? Hold on. 720 million for RT. And people, if you guys ask the normal people in the streets, okay, you go to Dublin, Cork, Galway, Limerick. Ask the average person, do you think that RT is a good news platform? They'll say, no, it's corruption. Or maybe not, they won't say that. They'll say, no, it's bias. Okay, it's a government mouthpiece, of course, like the BBC, like a lot of these platforms. They should not be being funded like that. That's insane, guys. Let me tell you something. If I was given 720 million, hell, if I was given 2 million, I bet I could, on YouTube, create a bigger platform than RT. I bet me, myself, okay, if I was able to hire a team over the course of 3 years with 3 million, okay, 1 million a year, I would be able to build a much bigger news platform than RT could. How much do you guys want to bet? I bet I could do it, man. I just need funding. I don't have any funding, and I already have 100,000 subscribers, much more views than RT News. Okay, so does Gript Media. If Gript Media was paid half as well as RT, they'd be the #1 platform, guys, for sure.
Euro for RTE. Rather, they're going to guarantee it than provide it. The bulk of that will be through the television license, and then the shortfall every year will be made up from direct exchequer funding. A situation that Catherine Martin described as the worst.
They'll get even more money. So not only are they going to get 720 million from the government, they're also going to receive independent funding. What, dude? This is absolutely insane.
Will be made up from direct exchequer funding. A situation that Catherine Martin described as the worst of both worlds a few months ago, and today she signed off on it. And I have to say, like a lot of people,
Catherine Martin is the biggest flip-flop artist in flipping Ireland, guys. She says one thing and she does another. Okay, I know in Ireland, I said it last time, get familiar with the term bait and switch. Okay, they bait you in and they switch up, guys. They switch what they're gonna do as soon as they rope you in to the BS that they're saying.
When I heard that figure, 725 million today, it stopped me in my tracks. I mean, it's an eye-watering amount of money, and you do have to ask yourself, I mean, what are they getting it for? If you set aside Director Generals and barter accounts and vision strategies and Fair City and all of that, the fact is that over the last 12 months, RTE, or some in RTE, have shown everything from financial ineptitude to outright dishonesty, and the government have decided to reward them for it.
People should get fired, okay? When RT did that whole thing where they were scamming their employees, the employees were taking too much money. The CEO of RT and all the managers and the generals didn't even know how much money they were receiving over the course of a year. They were asked a direct question by the government, how much do you get in your yearly salary? The guy didn't even know at RT. Like we're talking about clown world here. This is outrageous, guys. When you do something bad, when your business fails, when you commit fraud, crime, or whatever they did in the RT government, you shouldn't get rewarded. You don't have to go to jail, but sometimes you should go to jail, prison. And also, you should get fired from your position, guys. That is ludicrous that this could happen.
And it's worth putting into context, I think, just how much money this is as well. 725 million quid. You could build 1,800 homes for it. It'd take 3,000 people off the social housing waiting list. You could fund 1,000 hospital beds.
You could build way more than 1,500 homes for 720 million, guys. Way more than that. You could build tons of homes. You could probably build... That's saying that each house costs $500,000. If each home costs 300,000, you could get way more people off the homeless list. You could just take care of homelessness in Ireland. There's about 15,000 homeless people in Ireland. With that money, you could cure homelessness in Ireland overnight, guys. Let me not forget this for the people, all the Irish people watching this. They can cure homeless. I call it cure because it is like a disease. They can fix homelessness in this country, but they don't want to, guys. Okay, easily they could fix homelessness, but they don't want to.
Waiting list. You could fund 1,000 hospital beds for a decade. You could pay over 2,000 extra nurses for a decade. And actually, remember that whitewater rafting facility down the Docklands that people got their knickers in a twist about? That was going to cost 25 million quid. You could build 30 of them for this amount of money. But none of the money is going to go to any of that. Instead, the government and government ministers are going to crow about the importance of what? Funding public service broadcasting. Now, it's worth...
Dude, public serving broadcasting is dead nowadays, guys. I get 500,000 views a month, 800,000 views a month sometimes. Just get a massive YouTube channel. Just start pumping out content on your YouTube. Just start pumping out content. Like, you don't have to be on TV and have all Fair City and all these shows. Like, it should be a flipping news network, first of all. Yeah, it's crazy. It's ludicrous.
Reiterating a point that some of my guests made earlier, News Talk provide public service broadcasting without government bailouts. Virgin
County Gains News Media does the same.
That some of my guests made earlier, News Talk provide public service broadcasting.
I'm a public service broadcasting without government funding.
Without government bailouts. Virgin Media provide public service broadcasting without government bailouts. And also, RTE and public...
Oh, he left out Gript. Gript Media is pretty much the number one platform in Ireland. Okay, they provide public service broadcasting without government bailouts as well. Okay, for those who don't know... Okay, of course he left out the opposition there.
Service broadcasting are not one and the same. It is part of what they do, but it is not the only thing they do. So why not just fund the public service broadcasting? Carve that out in some way, either program by program, piece of content by piece of content, or create dedicated channels or streams for it. The type of stuff like we saw this week, the Bishop Eamon Casey special the other night, or that brilliant documentary, an expose from Marie Crowe and Mark Tighe a few weeks ago, Girls in Green. That type of stuff. But instead, the money that the government have guaranteed, my money and your money, double taxation effectively, what they've guaranteed to the government, to RTE rather, from government, will fund not just that, it will fund RTE2FM. Can somebody please get in touch and explain to me the public service function that RTE2FM fulfill?
That should be wiped off, guys. If I was in power, which hopefully one day I'll be elected to office in Ireland, okay, they should just scrap all that, guys. All the radio channels and all the BS. Just do a YouTube channel, okay? That's the biggest. It's the ocean, guys. It pays the most. It gets the most to the people. Okay, everything else, maybe do its own website as well. Have a dedicated website with like podcasts and all these different things. Everything else is irrelevant nowadays. Everything else is irrelevant. Radio is great, but people get most of their news from the internet now. From radio is fine, but RT2FM nobody's listening to, guys. Okay, people listen to people like Niall Boylan. People listen to people like a lot of these other broadcasters, Gript Media. People listen to News Talk. Okay, I'll give it to News Talk. People do listen to News Talk. RT2FM, guys, it's not even needed, bro. Spin Southwest, iRadio, stuff like that,
Because I don't know what it is. It'll fund RTE Radio Gold in a time of streaming music, and it'll fund reruns of The Big Bang Theory, which is on RTE2 television in a few minutes' time, and The
Big Bang Theory is the worst show of all time.
Repair Shop, which is just finished on RTE1 television. Both provided by private production companies in other countries.
Shocking.
So your money that's paid through double taxation, actually going out of the state so RTE can put reruns on their television stations. I think that is why people are a bit upset by some of this.
That was one of the best news talk segments I've ever heard in my life. Shout out to News Talk for saying that. Of course, guys, my news media channel is a lot more non-biased than News Talk. News Talk are always biased, but Very well said. You know, a lot of people are going to be upset about that. 725 million euro. I mean, this is just, that's like $1 billion or $1 billion Canadian. Or like it's just an outrageous amount of money, guys. That's just ridiculous, guys. So they're funding stuff like reruns of The Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory is the worst show ever. We don't even need RT, guys. Just spend it on hospital beds. Spend it on like a YouTube channel. Just get 100 million. If I had 10 million, guys, I would have the biggest YouTube channel in Ireland without a doubt, guys. Okay. One of the hardest things for me is to get funding. I don't have like any money coming in from anywhere except like my own privately funded stuff that I do myself on the side. Tour guides. I run tour guides in Ireland. You know, stuff like that, guys. I have a PayPal account. You guys can PayPal me. Like, I don't have any funding, guys. Like, I'm doing this all of my own accord. Luckily, I got a great position, hopefully starting soon. You know, nice podcast starting soon. I'm going to announce it soon from an investor from Dublin. Okay, because of my YouTube channel. Great investment. Hopefully, that's going to be amazing. But all my stuff is privately funded. If I was paid 10 million, I'd have a channel 3 times bigger than RT. Hey, test me. Give me 10 million. See what happens. I love you guys all. Much love from County Gains News Media. Give me 2 million. Give me 2 million euros and I'll have a channel bigger than RT within 2 years, guys. I guarantee it. I love you all. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.